The Liquor Cabinet Radio Show.
Yo, we are back with the Liquor Cabinet Radio Show. We got a special surprise for y'all. We got Rayven motherfucking Justice in the house.
What it do?
This nigga Rayven is so justice. You don't even need headphones. I just get in the booth. I don't need no headphones.
Play it back.
Hey, Rayven, it's an honor to have you here, bro.
I appreciate being here, man. I appreciate that for having me.
And shit, you may not know, but I kind of like watched your career for like a long time. Not like stalking it, like Fate and Aero, but like I kind of like watched it, from afar. And you was like, you've been on a steady grind. You know what I'm saying? You've been out here killing it. You've been on tour and shit.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And you're killing the Bay. You're the man in the Bay. Come on. You know what I'm saying? So, man, tell us all about it, Rayven.
Just dropped a mixtape not too long ago called Do It Justice.
Yeah.
Plenty of dope features on there, from Honey Cocaine to who else I got on there? Myself, of course.
Some other niggas and other bitches.
Some other just dropped my, the single Between Your Thighs has been out doing good.
Yeah, there's a lot of controversy about that.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Yeah, we gotta definitely talk about that. We gotta get into some ladies in this building, so we gotta definitely talk about that topic.
How'd you get your name, Rayven Justice?
Oh, that's my real name. I'm named after my dad.
That's my dad.
Yeah, my dad's name is Rayven Justice Senior.
All right, so
your
last name is really Justice.
Last name is really Justice.
You're related to Poetic Justice?
Not at all.
All right.
I love
her name Justice in the movie too?
David Justice. Yeah, her name
David Justice.
Her name was Justice, right?
Oh, David Justice, your cousin? See, there we go. Who is David Justice?
Famous baseball player.
For the Braves.
Oh, there we go. So are you from the Bay?
Yes, sir. Oakland, California, born and raised.
Born and raised. So you pop thizzles and do all that? Business?
Not at all. I wasn't a part of that movement.
Do you get hypey?
Always. That running our blood out there, that's never gonna win. You know what I mean? So that's going dumb and being hypey and going stupid and going stewy is gonna forever be what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Alright, so like I said, I've kind of been following you for a long time. So it's like, you gotta give us a whole chronological order.
All right.
How'd you get started from the first tape, maybe the first recording, all the way to now? And what tape are you actually on now?
Sheesh. I think I'm on the...
Or album, I don't know.
I just dropped...
You know what your kids call them these days.
I think my fourth mixtape I just dropped. That was my fourth mixtape.
Okay.
How I began, I think my first big feature was when I was working at Shoe Palace. The Pack. Young Yo from the Pack.
It was hard.
That's when they was at their peak. So when I was working, I saw Young L, the light-skinned one, the one that created the Pink Dolphin clothing line, and he was walking, and I was like, yo, come here.
Yeah.
And he just looked at my shirt and saw the S on it, so he was like, all right, I'm gonna come in, you know what I mean? So he came in the store. It was just like bizarre because the night before that, my work day, I had burned a couple of CDs and I wrote my information on it. You know what I mean? I brought him to work with me. So when he came, I was ready.
I remember.
So when he came in, I ran to the back, grabbed grabbed one of the CDs, and I just
So he
told
was
him.
a famous guy at this time.
Yes.
And you're like, okay, I understand.
Super popping.
All right.
Super popping.
Yeah. Super. And you at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I seen him, he was just like, I guess he felt comfortable because I was at the shoe store.
Yeah.
So when I came up to him, I was like, man, I don't want nothing from you. I just want you to check this shit out. That's it. He just looked at me for 2 seconds, with a serious face. I got you, bro. Yeah. And I was like, that's it. Thank you. And then he was like, what's up with the plug on the shoes, though?
Exactly. And it's like the crazy part is like now that you are who you are, you kind of understand what stage he was in.
Yes.
Exactly. And you're like, damn, I'm starstruck.
Yes. Because I love my Bay Area cousins, man. We lived in the Bay. I lived in the Bay for like 4 years. So
nice.
I love the Bay. But I gotta ask you this.
It was good.
Explain to me the Little B movement. I don't quite understand.
And are you guys friends?
The Little B movement. Explain this to me.
I really can't explain that.
Okay.
I think only he can. You know what I mean? Because I'm from Oakland, so he's from Berkeley, and that's we have
right down the street.
Kinda, but it's still different.
We actually went on a Cal State tour, so we sold CDs in Berkeley.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was dope.
Back in the day when he was popping though, when he was in the Pack, that area was like the music scene.
He wasn't when he was in the Pack. He's not that.
They had a Mevo over there, right?
Exactly. There was Rasputin's. There was the whole little area right there. So that was a college area of the place.
Yeah, Berkeley.
But anyway, Berkeley is just different. You know what I'm saying? They're hipsters. They wear dirty Vans and shit like that. We was for both. We was wearing Air Forces and Jordans. Yeah. Big baggy jeans and hoodies, black beanie.
All right.
Real modest. You know what I mean?
Fly shit, you know what I'm saying?
Fly shit.
I gotta ask you this, Rayven. So like this whole thing. So you guys got the HBK movement out there.
Yep.
You got the LA movement with the problems and YGs and stuff.
Yep.
And you like fucking with everybody. How does that happen? How does Rayven, become that person? Did you just grow up with him? You just knew him, or you just had the sound?
Same movement.
And then this particular sound that you got, would you say you coined it?
Yeah. I would say I coined mine, you know what I'm saying, as far as the sound that I do, you know what I'm saying, but of course it's still the same sonically beats, whatever, but as far as the conceptual ideas and the melodies, it all comes from me. You know what I'm saying, I just take what I grew up on as far as the phrases, I just make them into songs. I like to make relatable songs. Like as far as my last big single was Slide Through, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in the world say that. Yeah. So I think like that when I make songs. I think about phrases that everybody named mama say. Yeah. So that's how I make all my songs. That's the routine of how I do it.
But how did you fit in the circle with all these people? They just
we all new guys.
Like I was engineering. I think I engineered you a few times. You know what I'm saying? So like
did engineer me a few times.
Yeah. I know you was looking like. I think I texted you and then returned my text. So I got you on the video show. Got you. But yeah. So how did you fit in the circle? Everybody
I just
hit
feel
you
like
up?
I was out there hustling, man. Ain't nobody do nothing for nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody do nothing for nobody. You gotta make your own noise. So my second biggest feature was Too Short. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When I did that, I knew that I was on something.
Shout out Short.
Too Short showed me super love when I was in the beginning of my career. You know what I mean? My very first R&B song, it just kind of like got me a little lit in my hood. You know what I mean? And then he overheard it. He being from Oakland to OG, he showed love. But how he showed love was very different because what I did, how I got short on the song was funny. I was like 17. Yeah, it was young, 17 or something like that. And how I got him on the song was I went to his video shoot uninvited. And when I went in, me and my friend was like, all right, so how we finna do this? I was like, I don't know. So we go up, it's a security guard with a paper with a lot of names on it. Yeah. And they're like, oh, hey, find your name on the list. And we was like, all right. Then we looked. Of course, we not on there. I just pointed at one name, like, this is me right here.
Oh, so he was stupid like that.
That sounds like some track will really do it. Like,
we didn't know if it was going to really work or not.
I'm Terrence Worth.
We didn't know if it was going to really work or not, though.
Yeah.
So after my friend picked his name on the list, the guy just looked at us like, all right, go ahead on it.
Wow.
And we put on the tags of whoever names they were, and then a guy comes out the door and was like, we were looking for you guys. Come on.
Are you serious?
Bro, it sounds like a movie, right? It's really serious, bro. I couldn't believe it.
Keep going.
So we go in and we looking around. I'm looking instantly for Too Short. You know what I'm saying? It's like 100 people in there though. Yeah. So when I find him, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. So when I find him, I go up to him. I had met him a couple times before this, so I already knew he was gonna recognize my face. But Yeah. So I go up to him and I was like, yo, you know what I mean? He was like, oh, what's up with you? You know? He was cool with it. Then he kind of brushed me off. Yeah. And walked off of me. And I was like, exactly. You already know how to do it. So when he walked off, I looked at my friend like, oh, he was like.
So your goal was to get him to feature on your song?
Yes.
Okay, so keep going.
And it has a lot to do with the question. You know what I'm saying? As far as like nobody doing nothing for you and stuff like that. Yeah. So when this happened, when he walked off on me, I looked at my friend. He was just like, let's just go. I was like, nah, we gonna stay the whole video. Yeah. And I stayed the entire video. It took like all day. You know what I'm saying? Like 7 hours. 7-hour video shoot from day to night. And I stayed till he came, until all the people left, and it was just him and like 4 of his partners. And he was finna play his music, some new songs from his album that he was doing at the time. And I was like, oh, you mind if I play you a couple songs?
You did this.
I'm not playing.
I got a question. Sorry, before. All right, so we all been in that type of situation. Yeah. All right, so like when you like low key blew you off, were you hurt or were you just like fuck it, more work, or did you have to overcome it?
Both, all three.
Okay.
So I was hurt. I was like, man, I can't even do me like that.
Yeah.
And I sat there for a while and then thought like, I ain't going out like that. Exactly. Yeah. I'm gonna stay this whole thing and just wait it out. He was like, yeah, go ahead. He let me take over the little iPod thing. He walk off still. He like, whatever, yep. And walk off from it.
Damn.
And he go back to his partners, all of them OG. So they talking about whatever they talking about. And I'm like this. I have pride. So I'm like this. You don't like my music. You know what I'm saying? So I put it on. And I put it on and I played the first song. And it was his feature. I forget the girl he was featuring. She was a singer. She walks out the room. And it's an OG. I think her name's Silk or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Silk was there. So she had just walked out the door, and I played the record. As soon as she walked out the door, the record come on. It shocked the room. The whole room get quiet. She comes running back in the room, and was like, "Who is this?"
Oh, like that.
Who is this singing?
What was the record?
It was an old one called like Wait For It or something. Some super slow R&B record I had.
So this particular record never really got too big?
No.
Okay.
It was something that I knew
sonically
sounded good.
Yeah.
Just to showcase my vocal ability.
Yeah.
So when she ran back in, Too Short saw her, and he was just like, and seeing his OG friend was like interested. So he came over there and put his arm around my neck. Was like, oh yeah, that's my nephew.
Oh yeah.
My nephew, you feel me? I was like this.
Yeah, I
So
saw
I
it.
did, you know what I'm saying? It's cool. And then I played the record that I got him on called Settle For Less. I brought back the Tupac Keep Your Head Up instrumental. So I brought that back or whatever. And he heard it, and when it came on, the whole room instantly was like, turned heads.
Yeah,
Looked at me.
they know the sample.
They know the sample.
Yeah.
And they was waiting for the drop to see if they were gonna like what I did to it.
Yeah.
And when it came on, they loved
It
it.
was perfect.
Came over there, was like, this is smash. And he was leaving though, you know what I mean? But he was talking to me as we was leaving. He was like, it came straight out of his mouth, his specific words. I'm gonna stop playing with you, I'm gonna really get on this.
Yeah.
I will stop
So
playing.
here's the thing. So here's the biggest thing, because you know the club talk. And the club talk can go down anywhere. It can go down the video shoot.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but I got you. Whatever you need, blah, blah, blah. How did they actually get to the feature? Did it happen that day? You have to keep calling? Like, you know what I'm saying?
You already know what he was saying, man.
Yes.
This last thing he said. So what happened was, he invited me to the studio every day. You know what I'm saying? I
Did
hit
you
him like, what's up? He's like, come to the studio.
Did you go?
Yes, faithfully every day for like 2 months. And he still never did it.
You was just chilling, smoking and shit.
He was doing all that. I was in the studio looking at him like this.
Were you working?
The whole time,
Just
like,
waiting for the sign.
Was
Like,
it girls there?
chilling.
Was he watching
had
TV?
all of that. Playing pool,
Yeah.
drinking, turned up. They come to the studio, sit with me for like 2 seconds, and then listen to it like, all right, hold on real quick, and go in there and play pool with his OG partners. And I'm looking like this. I know he's not coming back in
2
here.
months straight.
And then the girls come in, I'm like, he's not coming back in here.
But you established a relationship and rapport the whole time.
Right. So,
Yeah.
you know, of course you got to go through things to get that, but when that happened, like 2 months later, it really hurt my feelings though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
It really hurt my feelings after 2 months going faithfully over there and then him still not doing it.
But not even being in the atmosphere wasn't good enough, you know what I'm saying?
It was cool,
Chilling
but
with
you know, I'm
Too
on a
Short.
mission.
I feel you. That's how
I'm trying to
confident you
become
are.
somebody.
I'm really
And that's
enjoying
I see
how
that
your
in you
patience.
now. Like even now, you're like, I'm still.
Yeah, your patience
got
with
you.
that is really nice. I'm really enjoying your patience with
Yeah,
that.
man.
Because it makes it a good story. It's like that's working for it. That's the work.
That was the first like big thing I ever did. You know what I'm saying? Besides the pack thing, I felt like that was my biggest thing until Too Short was like, hey, it was good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Rayven, man, I definitely want to get into this record.
Let's get it.
You know what I'm saying? But before we get into the record, like, what happened after the Too Short feature? You just blow up, got all the bitches?
So ending the Too Short story, he ended up doing it one morning. He told me to rush over. He was like, man, I need you to be at the studio. If you want me to do this? It was one morning.
Why did you have to be there?
Because he was leaving. He was coming to LA.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, why did you have to be in the studio for him to record the verse? Like, you were.
I don't know.
Were you engineering?
He wanted me there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All he told me was, be here at 9.
You were there.
And I was there at 9, probably 8 something. You know what I'm saying? And I got there, he was like, he was in a rush. I couldn't believe he did the verse for me early in the morning on his way to LA. He had to leave to the airport in about an hour and a half.
Finally got it done.
And it took him like 20 minutes to do a verse for me.
But you know, it was probably on his mind, like, I gotta get this done.
He probably-
Yeah, he was like, man,
Is somebody moved down here?
yes.
Because you like live in the studio.
He shut that studio down to move here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when he did that, I was like, thank you, and I really appreciate it.
You got a big ass studio downtown.
Somebody just told me that last time I was here.
You got everybody working and shit. I'm trying to get the building.
I need to go over there.
That shit is crazy. All right, I want to get into this record. Tell us all about it.
Which one?
What are we playing? We're playing.
Let's hit or not.
Which one?
Oh, okay, this is Between Your Thighs right here.
Between Your Thighs. Produced by who?
My boy Johnny Good.
Johnny Good. And your whole inspiration about this record.
All right.
From Raven's Mouth.
Interesting story. I was in Germany. I was on tour in Germany or whatever, and I went to the studio. The producer comes in. He played me like 30 beats. I only like this one and like probably one more.
The producer was frustrated.
Man, he was like, oh my God, I don't know if he gonna. I ended up picking this one because it sounded dope. You know what I mean? And I went in there and freestyled the hook only the hook, and then I thought to myself like, this sounds like something dope for Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up hitting this boy up that writes for him, that's signed to his writing group or whatever. And I was like, hey, see if you like this. If you do, we can work it out, whatever.
Yeah.
Send it to Chris, let me know. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I got you. I think Chris will like this. And I was like, all right. So he sends it to Chris. Chris responds to him. He texted me like, bro, I told you I was going to send it to Chris, right? I was like, yeah. I'm in Germany. So he sent back what Chris said. You know what I'm saying? Chris was like, I need this on Pyro. with hella exclamation marks. And I was
really wanted it.
right. That's what I assumed. I'm like, if he banging like that, it must be really serious.
Yeah, she's from Party too.
Oh, okay, I see. Anyway, I was really happy about, you know what I'm saying, him wanting to pick it up. And I just never heard nothing back from the camp. You know what I'm saying? I never got a follow up. And then he ended up dropping the album, was Royalty.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna just use it for my project, Rayven Justice. And when I finished it up in LA, I finished the verses up in LA, got a mix and master or whatever like that, then just put it out, and then everybody responded to it. You know, I'm in Oakland, so you know, I still live in the hood.
Yeah.
So when I go outside and I'm hearing everybody driving past up and down the street, I'm starting to hear people play it.
Yeah.
To me, that's a sign. So I was like, Chris Brown liked it. People are playing it. It got to be something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So your process of dropping records, do they have to be singles, or you just drop it every record? Or I'm gonna drop this shit. You know what I'm saying?
I don't put out anything that I feel like that's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
So they're all.
At least I tried not to.
They're all in your mind potential singles.
Yeah.
But you know they may not do something. But if they do something, then you're on it.
Right.
Okay, I understand that. So, all right, I want to get into this record.
Yeah, let's get into it.
And it's in between your thighs.
Between your thighs.
All right, Rayven Justice, produced by who?
Johnny Good.
Johnny Good.
Let's get it.
This is the Liquor Cabinet Radio Show.